Michael Poynton on stage at the Paris studio in London's West End, introducing the man who's made the world laugh for 40 years. Ladies and gentlemen, Norman Wisdom. Norman, we closed last week with your great stage musical, Where's Charlie? Let's start today with a show that failed. The Roar of the Grease Paint, The Smell of the Crowd, written by Tony Newley and Leslie Brickus. What happened to that?
It's a show business, I'm afraid. We opened in Nottingham, and it went well, but not all that good because the music was marvellous, but the story wasn't all that good. So then Bernard Dauphin came up and he said to Tony, you've got to change the story around this and that, and Tony said, yeah, okay. So we went on to then the King's Theatre in Liverpool, and they hadn't changed it, so Bernie Dauphin came and he said, you must do something with that story because they're hard. And they said, yes, fine, okay, we will. And we went to Sunderland, they hadn't changed it, and we got to... No. And we got to Manchester. Bernie Dauphin said, if you don't change it for them, then it's not going into London. And they hadn't changed, they didn't believe him. Show business can be very cruel. They didn't believe him. So the notice went up on the Monday morning. Show finishes on Saturday night.
Well, sadly, it never came to London, and yet some of the songs have become standards. There's one particularly associated with you.
Who can I turn to when nobody needs me? My heart wants to know, and so I must go where destiny leads me. With no star to guide me and no one beside me, I'll go on my way, and after the day, the darkness will hide me. And maybe tomorrow I'll find what I'm after. I'll throw off my sorrow, beg, steal or borrow my share of laughter. With you I could learn to, with you on a new day. But who can I turn to if you turn away?
Who can I turn to from the Roar of the Grease Paint? What a shame it didn't come to London, Norman. But there was a consolation, wasn't there?
Oh, yes.
Huh?
Yes, there was a consolation. I've been very lucky. I keep saying that, and I'm going to continue in case I get unlucky.
Tell us about
it. On the Friday night, we were closing on the Saturday, and on the Friday night, an American gentleman came into the dressing room and said, Mr. Wisdom, and I said, yes. He said, I'd like you to come and do a show for me in America. And I did a show called Walking Happy, which is a musical version of Hobson's Choice on Broadway.
Wasn't all easy, though, rehearsing, was it, for that one?
No, and the main reason was because I wasn't known in America at that time. I'm only known a bit now, you know, they think I play football. So, no, and I was the only Englishman in the cast. Now, the thing is that when you're rehearsing in England, you have the script and you meander around and you're learning the lines. You're studying hard in your head and you're learning the lines and the movements. In America, they're up with the lines there. Hello, everybody. Gee, I never seen anything like that. And you know what I'm doing? I'm doing it all flat out right from the beginning, from the script. Well, I couldn't do it that way. I didn't want to. Now, after a couple of weeks of me meandering around and then doing all this, so they're beginning to think, what a perk we got here. I mean, they're probably right, but I didn't want to give myself away, you see. But I knew I was learning the lines right and what I was doing, and I couldn't change my way. It would be silly to do so. And as I say, it was hello, Mr. It was Mr. Wisdom, and then it became Norman, and then it became Limey. Honestly, hello, hey, Limey, and then it became sort of hi you. Now we rehearsed for a month. We then, on the last week, we went into the theatre and rehearsed on stage. And one of the chorus boys said, "Hey, Limey." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Get us a coffee, will you?" True. I mean, of course, the coffee trolley had just come in, you see. So I thought, well, now, all right. So, and I went and got him a coffee. And then we went on stage, and by this time I knew my lines, I knew every move, and I went flat out and did everything. We just an ordinary working light, almost in the dark, as it were. And this same young man came to me afterwards, and he said, "Mr. Wisdom," we'll be back to Mr. Wisdom. Mr. Wisdom, he said, "I just want to apologize because," and this is true, I'm not giving you the swank, he said, "I want to apologize because when you go on that stage, it doesn't need any lighting. You're just wonderful." And thank heavens, he's right.
But of course, the other thing, though, Norman, was that even the tough American critics liked it, which is a miracle, isn't it, over there?
Yeah, and I got 2 awards. 2 awards on Broadway. What are you going to say?
They wanted you to stay in the States, didn't they, the critics?
Oh, read out your big
award. It says here they should serve adoption papers on Mr. Wisdom somewhere.
They said they should serve adoption papers on Mr. Wisdom. Now that we've got him here, let's keep him forever.
Which is lovely.
But I didn't stay because I was hungry and...
Let's hear you in the title song from Walking Happy.
Yeah. All right, then all this.
There's the kind of walk you walk when you feel like crowing. There's the kind of walk you walk when you're on your way. There's the kind of walk you walk when your pride is showing. And the kind of walk you walk when today's your day. There's the kind of walk you walk when the world's all rainbow and your heart's hopping like a popping jay. Good fortune's found you, chappie, and your life's a happy Valentine when you're walking happy. Don't the blooming world seem fine?
There's the kind of walk you walk when you're kind of lazy, and every day seems not to contemplate your hazy streak of fortune's found you, chappie, and your heart's a happy Valentine when you're walking happy, when you're walking happy, when you're walking happy.
Don't the blooming world seem fine?
Well, I wish the listeners could have seen you doing the walks there, Norman, but maybe they can revive this show in Britain. They should do, shouldn't they?
I wish they would.
Yeah.
Why
Why
yeah,
not?
that's a good idea. I'll still have to see Bernie.
Anyway, back to the story. Back to the story. During the run of that show, you got yet another unexpected offer, didn't you?
Doing this walking happy, and a fella walked in, knocked at the door actually, and I said, "Come in," because I thought it was one of the chums. And he came in and he said, "Good evening, Mr. Wisdom. I've just been and seen the show. I think it was absolutely wonderful, and I'd like you to do a show for me." Now I thought, here we go. I'm taking my makeup, obviously, because I put makeup on. It makes me look taller. So I thought, here we go. And he said, I'd love you to do a show. And I said, well, what show is it? And he said, Androcles and the Lion. Now, can you imagine me being asked in Britain to do Androcles and the Lion, because all I'm known for is falling down the stairs and smashing me head into dog's food or something. Yeah, Bernard Shaw's Androcles and the Lion. I said, who else? He said, well, I have Noel Coward. Oh. Now I know he's a nut. I know he's a nut. And he said, I'm sorry, Mr. Wisdom, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Richard Rogers. And I did Androcles and the Lion for Richard Rogers with Noel Coward, and they were all marvellous.
We do have some of the soundtrack from it, and here is a bit where you're calming the lion before extracting the thorn from its foot.
Oh, this is a big lion that I've saved and pulled the piece out of his claw, and it's all,
Always be gentle, my strongest of friends. Velvet, velvet paws. Love cannot follow if kindliness ends. Velvet, velvet paws. If you must look like a lion, be an angel in animal's dress. I could be true to a lion like you if I knew you wouldn't leave me a mess. Straight from the jungle and straight to my heart, from tail to toes to jaws. King of the beasts, you can rule over me with velvet, velvet.
Norman, Wisdom and Lion in a song from Androcles and the Lion. I'm afraid, Norman, we're running out of time both for this show and the series. You've had such a fruitful career. You've just about done everything in show business. You're still ambitious, I know. What plans have you got?
Not all that ambitious, really, now. I mean, because, let's face it, nobody in show business gets the things they really want to do, but at least I'm in a position to say no to things I don't want to do. And but I love to do, you know, situation comedy, things like that. But I've been very grateful to show business. I've loved every moment of it. And looking back, it's been absolutely wonderful. Looking forward, it's going to be even more wonderful. Thank you for coming, and bye-bye for now. I've been very...
Norman Wisdom has been dispensing a wealth of wisdom in conversation with Michael Poynton, who also researched the programme. A Wealth of Wisdom is produced by Edward Taylor.